Yo, what's going on, guys? Today we're talking about Season 1 and how it's been going so far. We're about a weekend into the league, or Season 1 of Diablo 4, and I just want to touch on my solo cell phone hardcore minion build and get some thoughts out on Season 1, how I think it's going to progress for the rest of the league. So, first of all, I want to say minions have felt stronger than ever. It's basically the same build that I've been playing since the game came out. Just wanted to give it a fresh start, Season 1, see how it felt beginning to end. Of course, on hardcore, so it's a very defensive-focused build. Really didn't want to die to anything, so we jumped into that. I'm gonna go for the build in a moment here. Took the season really easy to start. You see I'm only level 52 in this video. That's basically where I'm at. Just got into World Tier 3. Didn't take any time off or change my schedule too much to just jump into the game. But we made good progress and got to World Tier 3. See a Nightmare Dungeon here in the background. Just kind of walking through it pretty easily. Just fresh into World Tier 3. So in this video we're talking about this build and how it's felt so far, basically just what I expected in our previous video, and then I want to more focus on Season 1 mechanics and how I think they're going so far, and what could be improved, what I just think of them as a whole. So let's jump into that, and before I do, if you hit the subscribe button, it means a lot to me, and hit the like button if you actually like the video. So that being said, let's jump into the breakdown of Season 1 and this build. Alright guys, what's going on? Jump into the build right away. I just want to talk about where my character's at. We're level 52. We got basically all of our legendary aspects done from my Minion Necromancer build guide that I put out a couple days ago. Link to that below in the description. But I just want to talk about the only change that I've really kind of made to the build so far is that we are using the Corpse Tendrils legendary aspects. In here you get increased critical strike chance when you cast Corpse Tendrils, and you deal 36 bonus critical damage. So that does scale down to your minions as well. It's super good. Really the only reason I started using this because we hadn't gotten the convert Bone Storm to a darkness ability aspect to drop yet, and I kind of realized with the buff to duration on the Bone Storm aspect seen here, we don't really need the extra 2 seconds, and we don't really need the ticks anymore for the armor, so it just kind of didn't make sense. So I'm kind of just using this to get a little bit more damage. It's a little slightly less defensive, but we do get more damage, which is cool. So that has been really nice to use. Other than that, we kind of got everything else that I've mentioned in my build guide, and build is feeling great. We're level 52. Yeah, everything just kind of worked out the way we expected to, and build's feeling more powerful than ever, to be quite honest. We got really good minion buffs in the patch, and it's feeling great. We'll take a look at the abilities quick. So we just got our control glyph. We're like super fresh into World Tier 3, working on Nightmare Dungeons. Nightmare Dungeons have been by far the best like quality of life change. They're super worth doing now, though, whereas in the preseason they didn't like feel super worth it. They feel like incredibly powerful now, which is probably the best thing in the patch notes, which isn't really saying much, I know, but Nightmare Dungeons by far like the best thing to do in the game right now, outside of Helltides for just like basic gear when you get to World Tier 3. Next thing I want to talk about is just like the Season 1 mechanics, so we'll walk over to Cormond and really talk about the jewels. I want to talk about the ones that I'm using. It doesn't really matter much, but the only one that's like really kind of important for Necromancers is this one that makes your corpse skills go off every second. I say every second because like there's like a weird internal cooldown for each ability. So the only corpse skill I'm actually using is Corpse Tendrils. It seems like it goes off every 3 seconds. Not really sure why, but that seems to be what they've chosen for this one instead of every second like the jewel says. It's still super good. It synergizes incredibly well with this new aspect I'm using. Basically, this means Corpse Tendrils is going off every 3 seconds, and it conveniently makes enemies vulnerable for every 3 seconds. So they're just constantly making enemies vulnerable, which is incredible. Necromancer suffered a little bit from not being able to. Minion Necromancer specifically suffered from not being able to keep vulnerability up 100%, and now it can. It's an even better reason to switch off of Iron Golem to Bone Golem for the bigger AoE damage that Bone Golem gives us. So definitely recommend doing that if you're using the Corpse Tendrils aspect. The other ones I'm doing, I just like have not jumped into using the hearts much. There is just not much to go for. The whole mechanic feels a little lackluster. You know, you kill one elite, and then you can sometimes summon another elite that drops a caged heart that 99% of the time you're just salvaging. So that's the mechanic. Doesn't feel super good. I suspect this will get a little more interesting to World Tier 4. There's some really... I know that Necromancer has a really good minion World Tier 4 exclusive jewel, so hopefully I'll get to that soon and be able to provide a quick update and talk about that, because I think it basically like burns your resource, your essence for minion damage increase, which is super interesting to me. I want to give that a try. But that's about it. Other than that, Season 1 feels pretty much exactly the same as preseason. None of these jewels have been like build enabling or game changing, in my opinion. So, yeah, if you don't feel like playing the league, there's not, in my opinion, much new to look forward to here. You can just do whatever build you did preseason, and you're probably gonna have just a fine time. That being said, this build has felt great. I super recommend checking out the build guide if you are playing Season 1. This has been probably the best pure minion build. I mean, I don't do any damage as my character. All my minions are doing the damage, as you can see in the intro. So if you're looking for the best minion build, check out the link down below. I'd super recommend doing that. Other than that, I will jump out here. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more Diablo 4 content. We're going to jump into some Path of Exile Con coverage, probably for the week coming up here, and really start getting hyped for Season 3.22 there, and maybe 1 or 2 more Diablo 4 Season 1 videos, but that's about it. Alright, I'll stop the rambling, and catch you next time. Bye.